good morning. Trooper Brown, Nevada Highway Patrol. How are you today? I'm doing great. Hey, the reason I'm stopping you, we have a special enforcement campaign going on. We're trying to educate drivers about violations they may not realize they're committing, but we're seeing a big increase in crashes out here. First, applaud you on your driving. You drive great. You're driving really slow. It appears that you're trying to drive safely under the speed limit. I appreciate that. I just want to talk about your following distance, especially around commercial vehicles. Came up behind a red and blue tanker truck. A little bit too close behind him before he made that lane change to go around him. I know it's sitting over there. I was waiting for you to trying to give you room to get over there because I know people like to jam you in that lane.
Turkey coming out of there and people are driving fast. So
yep, absolutely. Yeah, you got to navigate that, but a little too close to him before you went around him. Okay. As you passed those semi trucks and you came back down to make that lane change in front of that semi truck, too close. You were less than a second in front of him when you entered that lane. You were only 1 second in front of him when you fully occupied that lane. If something were to happen to you, man, that semi-truck would plow right through you. So we're seeing a bunch of crashes out here, just trying to educate people. You got your driver's license with you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
I appreciate you, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Do you have a registration card with you?
Well, it's a rental car here.
Okay.
So I do have my rental. If you don't mind, it's underneath here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Any weapons in the vehicle?
No, absolutely.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. If you can grab the rental contract, that'd be great, man. Do me a favor, man. What I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you come out of the car and talk to me while I go over this. Got to make sure everything's valid. As long as everything's valid, my intention is to get you on down the road. It is a little chilly out here. I don't know if you want to throw your jacket on or anything like that. You sure?
Yeah, sure.
It's cold, man.
It's
I mean, I know it's cold in Texas right now. Come on out. No weapons on you, right?
No weapons.
All right, perfect. That's fine, man. You can leave it on. You can turn it off. It's completely up to you. You said your daughter lives up in Portola?
No, 2 daughters.
Okay. They both up in Portola?
Yes.
Come on over here, man.
All right.
You a fighter?
My fighter?
Yeah, you got a tap out shirt on.
Well, I've got a lot of training. I'm a retired Marine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. What'd you do for the Corps?
Well, I was a data chief initially, but
Okay.
then they changed the MOS to cybersecurity chief.
Okay. When'd you get out of the Corps?
I got out about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do your daughters do, man?
My daughters, what do they do? Oh, 15 and 13 years old. So they're,
Okay. Yeah, they're young.
yeah, they're real young.
Okay. All right. Is it-
I'm moving into Texas, so yeah, I'm just coming down here and just looking for a place down in Texas. That's where I'm from. So
Okay. Give me a second, man. All right, just hang right there. Ever been in trouble with law enforcement before?
Never.
Okay. So, would you give me permission to search your vehicle today? That's okay with you? Okay, perfect. How's it going? Hey, Steph, this is a consent to search form, man. You said you'd give me permission to search your vehicle.
I don't have anything to hide from you guys.
I appreciate that, man. Do me a favor, just read through it. If you agree with it, I'm just going to ask you to sign and date it, okay?
Yeah.
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us, all right?
I don't even know what time it is. It's like
11:15. We deploy, Joe. Awesome. Thanks, sir. Appreciate
No
that.
worries.
Would you still hang out right there for me? I appreciate that, sir. $250 on back. Good. Hey, can you head out to a traffic stop? Or are you busy on that other stuff going on today? Okay. So if I'm still searching a car, but big bundle of money says probably at least 100,000. Okay. And that Mustang. Westbound along the ramp. So if you get off that Mustang, you can get to us on the front of the road. Okay. Will you just let me know ASAP? Thanks. All right, bye.
Oh, dude, it's heavy. Might be bringing that money in there. He's gonna put the stuff in here.
A bunch of presents up front too.
So I know y'all are like real suspicious and all. That rim is cracked. If you grab my phone, which is in the car, and you look at the last number I dialed, just hit redial. I won't even touch the phone. You'll see that there's a place up here in Reno that fixes cracked rims.
Okay.
And they'll pick up, and all you gotta do is identify it, and you'll see that I was trying to take that in to get that cracked rim fixed.
Perfect.
I cracked it in Texas because it's snowing, and the roads are shit, and there's big potholes and everything. So I'm just trying to get it fixed because I know of a place up here that fixes it, and that's all I was trying to do.
I appreciate that, sir.
Don't worry.
I'm gonna take some photos.
Military I can see, man. All day.
I don't know if it's because the rim is a low profile.
Might be.
Or
This doesn't make sense. There's some receipts in here though, but
he said he put receipts in there to show it's his money.
okay.
But put myself in the present.
Yeah, will you check them out? Just see what you think up there. All right, man, so here's the deal, all right? I think you're a good guy.
I'm a good guy.
So how much cash is that?
About 100 grand.
100 grand, okay. So, as you know, right, I'm a vet, he's a vet, you're a vet. It's not illegal to carry currency, have currency.
Yes, sir, it's not.
It does, though, make us ask some questions on why someone has 100,000. I can understand why you don't trust banks, especially in this day and age right now.
Discipline and lots of savings.
What's that?
Discipline and lots of savings.
So with that being said, if you're willing to talk to me about it a little bit, I'd like to. I know you got a bunch of receipts in there. I just want to make sure that it is your currency, that it's not being used for nefarious activities, right? That's not money laundering or something like that going on. That's the questions that are raised, that potentially money laundering or something like that's going on. So
That money right there is for my two daughters.
okay, are you gonna give it to them on this trip or no? Or that's just your nuts?
That's my money and my two daughters' money and nobody else's.
Okay.
I take that money right there and I buy them things, put food on the table, I buy them clothes with that right there.
Fair enough.
And that's me looking at you man to man in your eyes and telling you exactly what that is.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I got some questions I'm going to want to ask you here in a few minutes. If you're willing to answer them, I'd appreciate that.
I have nothing to hide from you.
I appreciate that. Give me a few seconds. I'll make a couple phone calls, right? And then we'll start leaving those receipts and stuff like that.
Sure.
As long as it's, which it is, right? Your money and stuff like that, then we'll get you on down the road.
If you look at those account numbers, if you want to call Bank of America, you want to call any of those banks, ask them whose account number that is.
I believe it. I believe it, right? I gotta do my job, and my bosses look at what I'm doing and make sure that I'm doing my due diligence. So
I got to pick up my daughters at Portola at 4 o'clock p.m. So as long as I can make it there,
I think we'll get you there by 4 o'clock. No problem there. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Hey, if you don't mind, sir, I would appreciate if you just stay closer over here, man. Dogs get kind of weird when people are walking around. Thank you. Okay, I'm waiting to hear back from Shane to see if he comes out here. This is it's a strange one, but not a strange one. Consented to a search, said there's money up there. We located what he says is $100,000. It's in a Ziploc sandwich baggie. There's also, I haven't gone into it a bunch, I'm waiting to hear back from Shane, but there's a bunch of bank receipts and stuff in there as well to show the currency. This might be Shane, hold on 1 second. This is Shane, let me call you back. Hello? Hey, yeah, Shane. Okay. Perfect. I'll start a brief with him. Okay, cool. Alright, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep going on this. Alright, bye. You still there, Sarge? Sorry about that. Shane's not coming out, so I'm gonna start debriefing this guy. It's, yeah, interesting. I'll see what his story is. Look at the receipts. I mean, it's not vacuum sealed, but it's a big bundle of money in a Ziploc baggie, in a backpack, in a trunk, in a 2-day rental from Texas to Portola, returning on Monday. Nervous behavior, etc., etc. So, I mean, the elements are all there.
Hey man,
so.
you about Steven or Joe?
It didn't sound like anything popped up on Epic,
okay.
just some crossings. So. Okay. Alright. Thanks, bye. He'll bark at you for a second, possibly, but you can shut that door. I like talking to people in here. It's a lot quieter. We don't get the road noise once he starts shutting up. So this is what I was talking about, the questions that, or the interview that comes up when we have currency like that, right? It's a bunch of silly questions. If you don't want to answer them, that's up to you. You don't have to answer them, right? That's completely up to you. I do need to let you know that you are not under arrest, okay? Theoretically, there's a disclaimer on here that you may be detained pending an investigation. Detainment, it covers a lot of things, right? So as soon as we make a traffic stop, you're theoretically detained. This, though, is covering that you don't have to talk to me. You don't have to answer any of this. It's completely voluntary. Does that make sense?
It is.
Okay.
I don't have anything to hide from you.
I appreciate that. I'll try and do this as quick as possible so we can get you on down the road and
No worries.
get you to your daughters, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
He finished a written warning for you for what we talked about. Alright, we can get out of here, man. Here, take this too. Here's your rental contract. Hey, EJ, would you mind standing with him real quick?
parents from?
So he says that he lived up in Portola. He's moving down to Texas. He's been in Texas with his mom and dad for the last couple months. He's heading back up to Portola to visit his daughters for the weekend, and then he's going to head back down to Texas. He says this has been like a life savings type thing for him and his daughters. Doesn't trust banks. He does have bank accounts with Bank of America and USAA, he says.
And Wells Fargo.
Yeah, they didn't mention that one. So I'm going to call, this is his dad, he said. He said he can verify the story. I'll call him. He said he rented his car last minute because that tire is cracked when he was getting stuff ready to leave from up here. So he's bringing that up here because I guess there's a place up here to fix it.
I mean, his balance is never... Got low balances on all these.
That's what they're with.
But these are like 2019. I mean, there's not a lot in there. He's got 4 different banks, 4 different bank accounts. The I don't trust banks doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Loomis Bank, too, he banks with.
He was employed up there. He's currently unemployed. He just lost his job. He was an IT guy for the bank, I guess.
But he doesn't trust banks.
But he doesn't... Or no, not for the bank. I'm sorry, for the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, dude?
I'm kind of leaning more towards... it's odd, but...
It's odd, but it's not packaged
It's
like
not...
normal.
No, and he's answering the questions. There's receipts here, and
I would like to put the dog on the fence, you know.
Okay.
Those are all zeroed out. I mean, keep the memo out. It jives with the story.
Yeah, I mean, everything lines... As odd as it is, everything lines up.
With the travel story and stuff like that. And I'm going to get out my scale and weigh that.
You want me to set that up for deployment?
No, are you going to run it or are you going to have you do?
EJ ran the car.
Okay, I'll have you run it.
Okay.
Sparring, obviously a lot of
537 tack. Yeah, are you guys still tied up on that over there? 10-4. You have him come over here. Did you want Dunham to come over and run it?
What's that?
You want Dunham to come over and run it?
Yeah, if he wants to.
Okay, he's on the other side of the freeway, so.
Actually, we can run it.
Just do it real quick.
Yeah, just do it.
All right, let's get it done.
even as a courtesy, I mean, you right to do this. I would think.
We'll call him out to assist somewhere.
Okay. What's the area it's in, Sarge? I didn't see you place it up there.
This shoulder from about 10 yards in front of his car to probably about 10 yards behind that signpost right there.
Okay, just kind of the edge of the sagebrush there. Perfect. Go potty, bud. Come on. Good boys. Suke. Positive alert. Huh?
We'll go forward with it.
Okay. Will you log a second positive canine alert? photos of those receipts, do you know, or
No.
do we want to take those?
Yes. We want to get photos of them.
Okay. You want to take photos?
And then he has shows that he gets like 2 G's from the government for time, and he gets a G taken out from California.
Okay.
Where was the money at?
In this backpack back here.
Guy lives in Roseville. He drove down to California to get a U-Haul in the salvage title. He was driving down to Idaho. Yeah. They come back here.
Can you put it in that bag with the rest of those receipts?
Yeah, you can have that if he wants to take a test of the backpack with you. Private property too.
Are you grabbing one right now?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
Okay. You want to initial the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll give you your Sharpie. You want to initial across that seal there? Do you want to photo that with your initials on it? It's all up to you. It's not, but it should be there. Hey, Deputy Dunham, could you do me a favor and start putting that tire and the luggage back in the truck for me? Yes. And that tire is from the car too. Yep.
I just want to let you know.
Does the tire go underneath your matter just
It was just in there. Yeah.
Just want to let you know. I know you're just doing your job. That money I worked really hard for. Money that I have in my jacket is only $3. That money to pay for my kids, my bills, my hotel. We're going to get that car back to Texas. So, I know you're just doing your job. I don't know what to do. I'm probably going to be stuck here unless somebody sends me some money. There's no way I'm providing for my children this time. To get back to Texas. So, like I said, I know you're just doing what you feel is best, but
Like you know, my sergeant. It sounded like my sergeant talked to you about that a little bit and told you what was going on and everything along those lines. So,
I just wanted to tell you, Officer Brown, I mean, you're taking money out of my kids' mouths.
sorry.
Or you're taking food out of my kids' mouths.
Like I said, we believe right now that this is drug proceeds, illicit currency.
Well, I'm going to prove to you that it's not.
Perfect.
And what I'd like to do is before we depart, I'd like to get all of your information.
You will. You're going to get a receipt for all of this stuff. That will have all the information that you need.
I'd like to get your information, your sergeant's information,
All
other deputies.
The stuff will be on the receipt and associated with the report that goes along with it. Okay.
I'd like to have names.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
What's your name? Sergeant Reagan is 140.
Yep.
The officer's name back there, what's his name?
Tremont Val? Is that either, well, which one? The guy in the green or the guy in the...
Trooper.
Yeah, Trooper Tremont Val.
How do you spell his name?
Tumanvao. And his badge number is 274.
274?
Yeah.
So, receipt for you for the currency from unknown amount of U.S. currency.
And the gentleman's name right there, what's his name?
That is Deputy Dunham,
How do you
Washington
spell
County
his
Sheriff's Office. Dunham. What's his badge number?
3274.
His badge number, sir?
3274.
This is all I get here?
That's what you get, yes sir. You're going to get noticed in the mail as well at that address, okay?
So what do I need to do? I mean, I'm going to contact an attorney. I'm pretty
Absolutely,
sure they'll let
right?
me know,
So
but what do I need to
you
do?
can contact the Reno DEA. My sergeant gave you that information, told you who to contact over there. You're also going to be...
attorney, tell them, because they end up usually calling us, but the attorney's actually being called DEA. They're the ones who...
Where are my receipts at?
Why you gotta stop him?
She can probably meet us at the bank.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then go back in. And then it'll take like
It made 86K.
Okay. I find it odd he doesn't know the amount.
That's what I was saying. That's
Yeah.
the question about it. It's very, very odd. Dude.
Yeah.
It weighed 86 with those rubber bands, so maybe 85, I don't know. But that's what my guess is.
I know that the savings that I had when I had my master's money, I knew exactly the penny.
So do I. It's probably around like 600 like all of them, you know.
More like 50.
No, not too big.
Yeah, that's perfect.